Stephanie Bain, I have a books. I'm a book nerd. There's so many books. Hello everyone, Stephanie here. My background's changed. That's because I changed my room. That's also why I didn't film on Monday, because I changed my room on Monday. I was really annoyed with how my room was, and now my bookshelves are together. So I have like a spot that I can actually film. I don't have to like do weird things with tripods and lamps on my bed that threaten to kill me every time I film because they would almost always fall on me. Now I don't have to worry. I'm super excited. Today's video is going to start the countdown to Halloween. I think pretty much for the most part, the next videos I post up until Halloween are going to be as Halloween related as I possibly can make them. So today we're going to start off with the spooky book tag. I saw a hardback hoarder and she did the spooky book tag yesterday and I was like, oh my god, I need to do that. I have my books selected here. No, not all of these are actually like spooky. A couple of these aren't spooky, but it doesn't matter because that's what I chose. Number 1 is Corn Maze. What book had you confused and lost from the very beginning? Naked Lunch by William S. Burroughs. That's why I have never finished this read. I have maybe only gone like 8 pages in and then I had to stop. I think the guy was high when he wrote this, to be honest. I haven't tried reading it in a very long time, but I didn't understand anything. Number 2 is Haunted House. What book has the creepiest setting? That is Survive the Night by Daniel Vega. It was in an abandoned subway in New York, and not only was it creepy because there's no electricity down there, it's kind of like, it gives you the feeling of the Catacomb movie. Under something, the movie about where they go into the catacombs in Paris or whatever. So it gives you that feeling of like suffocation, claustrophobia, and then like it's dark, and then it's flooded, and then it's gross and disgusting. So it's creepy and gross, and that's like the worst situation ever. Number 3 is Ghost Boyfriend. Who is your eternal book boyfriend? And because I'm switching it up a bit, because I have basic answers I normally give this, but I have a new love of my life, and that is Tamlin. I don't care what anyone says, Tamlin is one of the loves of my life when it comes to reading, and he's misunderstood, and I adore him so much, even when I hate him. I really do love him so much. I love him more than Rhysand. I'm sorry. Caramel Apple Suckers, best dang Halloween book ever. I don't read a lot of creepy books for the most part, but the one I selected is another Daniel Vega book, and that is The Merciless. The reason why I picked, honestly, Survive the Night as well. They're fast-paced reads, and they really are very simple. Her writing is simple, which is something I love. I'm sorry, but when you read books like this, these are entertainment. You might get something out of it, but quite frankly, I think these books are just disturbing. And really, like, I like that they're graphic in the sense of description, and they're amazing, and I'm about to start book 2 today, so I'm so excited. But I really do recommend these because these books, they are creepy because of how fast they are. Like, you just get really sucked into this. If you read this slow, I don't think you'll like it as much. I highly recommend this and Survive the Night for Halloween. They're both really creepy. I had to be on, after I read this, I had to be on Snapchat for a bit, so I could just, like, you know, go to sleep, because yeah, it was creepy. I'm not gonna lie. It really was, and that doesn't normally happen, but it did with that book. Next is number 5, Vampires in Everything. What is your least favorite Halloween trope? I don't have one. Number 5 is Pumpkin in Everything. Your favorite Halloween trope. For that, I would probably have to say it's something kind of like The Merciless and like what was I gonna say? Survive the Night, because those books are a lot of just fucked up things that like are kind of not predictable, but it's something that happens. But obviously Daniel Vega, I think, does it really well on her own. But she's like the classic horror. If it was like movies, well, translated into book for me, and I love that stuff. Like, you know, I Know What You Did Last Summer and Scream. Like, I love those types of things. So anything relating to that, because they're all kind of like the same overlying theme. Top notch. Number 6 is Evil Incarnate, the most evil villain. I will always give this to Black Jack Randall from Outlander. He seems like the thing is I think why he is one of the worst villains would be because he feels like such a real person, and he's creepy, and the things that he does, he's just horrible. And that's why I love him so much, because he is perfectly horrible. Love it. I love him so much for that. Number 7, Ouija board. A book that messes with things that you don't want to be involved in. Nothing. I don't think I've ever read a book that talks about anything or so on and so forth that I don't want to be involved with. You're going to talk about the devil, go for it. That's even better to me. Like, I love that stuff. I really do. Number 8 is full moon. What character do you turn into on the full moon? I love this character, and that would be Morgan from the Sweep series. She's a witch. She's badass. I want her magical powers. If I could turn into her, that'd be grand. All Hallows Eve. The other world and this world have meshed for one night. What book would you love to be swept up in? I picked The Curse of the Sphinx for this because Greek mythology is a very real thing. It's not just mythology for them. The gods are real, demigods are real, and I think that would be so epic to just meet Apollo and the whole. I really would love it. I would love for this to like be our thing. It's like, come on guys, Percy Jackson come to life. But Curse of the Sphinx, because I like Curse of the Sphinx. So next is number 10, Voodoo Doll. What author would you love to take control of and make them write you anything you want? I would probably choose Pierce Brown, and I want him to write me a horror book. I think he would do really good with horror. Because in Red Rising, if you guys have read the Red Rising trilogy, you know that when it came to certain scenes, the way he describes it is just so real and so like in your face that I think he would do gore and horror perfectly. And then it would also be really deep, and I would probably cry, and it would just be amazing. So that would be amazing and epic, and it has to happen now. Okay, number 11, Black Cat. What red flags do you look for when first starting out a book? How much time it takes before it builds up, because there's some books that should build up quickly, like a scary book, and then there's other things that why are you going so quickly? You like, the book just started, what are you going to fill the rest of the pages with? Number 12, Witch's Brew. A book that had a lot of different components thrown in, but the result was magical. That was the last question. Night World by L.J. Smith. It has shapeshifters. It has, you know, vampires and witches and werewolves. And it doesn't feel overwhelming. It's amazing. I think it's honestly a great paranormal. I've talked about it a million times. But this one, I think just... she was able to put so much together and it still make perfect sense and it not be too much, because there's also romance in here, and there's also these rules and this world that no one knows about that's in our world, and it's all very unbelievable. So usually it'd be like, oh, that's too much. No, I don't think it's too much with this. And then on top of it, with everything that goes on in this series, these books are so quick to get through, and oh, I just adore them. So that was my spooky book tag. What is your favorite Halloween book? Actually, just comment down below. I'm really loving Daniel Vega right now. I cannot wait to start The Merciless 2, and I just found out there's a 3rd book coming. I'm super stoked about that. But comment down below, what is your favorite Halloween book? Give me some recommendations. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna go film my Survive the Night review, and I'll see you in that one in a few minutes. Bye.